everybody. This is the Spirited Art Studio, live streaming on location here at Robertson Wesley United Church. This is a community-based art studio where everyone is welcome. It's a very inclusive space. It's no cost. All materials and supplies are here. And before the pandemic, everybody just joined in and was here present together. And we, in this community, we made art, and through that creativity, we enjoyed building friendships and community, and so that's what this is all about. And since the pandemic, we had to close the doors for, just as everybody did, for safety, and we are looking forward to when we can all be here together again. In the meantime, we've taken this to Facebook so that we can somehow maintain some connection. Hi, Joy. Thanks for tuning in. And Pam, great to see you. Thanks for saying hi. So, as I posted earlier, we are working on doing some art ideas that were some inspiring hacks from a YouTube post that Pan found and shared with me. So thank you for that, Pan. And if you got a chance to watch that prior to this live streaming, you may have seen all the numerous, there are, I think, 25 different techniques that we can borrow from. So out of those, I've chosen just a few, and I want to, I suggested that you guess which ones, and some of you already might have an idea of which one of these hacks I've chosen. So I've taken a few and I'm combining them to make one out of this canvas I have, to make one image using those ideas. So good to see you, and I think I'll get started. So the first one I'm going to be doing is using this squeegee, I guess you would say. I'm going to put paint on one side of the canvas and then squeegee it across and just create an effect. I'm going to use some blue colors, different shades of blue, and it's just going to sort of be the background in this image. So I'm just going to put on some music while I do that, and then I'll probably stop it for a few minutes and talk about the next step before we move on to that. Okay, so to talk to you in a few minutes. So I'm just going to sorry folks, I'm just going to switch the phone around because I'm noticing that my battery, even though I charged it, it's going to run low and it might run out, so I'm just going to put my phone, tilt my phone that way So hopefully I haven't lost anybody. That way I can plug into some power. Thank you for your patience. Okay, it looks like we've got some, the phone is plugged in and we are going to be okay. So this is just a little tinfoil container of all of my paint tubes. And so as I was saying, I'm going to start with some blue colors, and I'm just going to be squeegee them across and create streaks across the canvas to just sort of create a sky. Okay, so you're not, Fan is saying you're not sure Facebook responds to the rotation. Yeah, sorry about that. Just wondering, maybe, do you think I should just tilt it back? Maybe I can do that. Okay, I think I'll just leave it because I have to in order to keep steady. So thank you, and we will just carry on. So that was fun. So that put the background on with all these different variations of blue. You put it on really fast. So that was fun for me. I hope you enjoyed that also. One thing I forgot to do was put my gloves on, which I regret. So I highly recommend using gloves because that keeps things a little neater and easier. But if you're like me, you don't mind getting messy, so just going to quickly wipe my hands so that I can get on with the next step. So next one is going to be just using an ordinary brush and adding on some greens. So I just want to share with you that I'm a little bit distracted tonight because I have some very exciting news. My son just got engaged, so that is a very exciting thing to just see happen. I'm just so excited and happy for both of them, he and his new fiance. And it just got posted today, and we've been just having a lot of fun with social media with that big piece of good news and excitement. It's great to have something to be really excited and happy about during these times. So I'm just going to use some other tissues to just wipe my hands clean and carry on with the green. I'm going to use just a narrow little brush, and I'm just going to mix up my own green just to make it a little bit more natural and organic looking. I'm just going to use this cadmium yellow and cerulean blue, and then hopefully that'll mix up a nice green color. And I'm just going to throw some stems on. I want to see if I can create some nice wispy stems by just sort of keeping it very, very wispy and natural looking. So the blue is a little bit wet still, but we'll see how it goes. There, that gives us some stems to work with. So that was another idea from that YouTube. The next one is using this dish soap brush for scrubbing out pot scrubber. That's what it is officially called from the Dollarama. And I'm just going to mix up some paint and just create, using the technique that they give, just create some sort of blooming, I can't remember the name of the actual plant, maybe somebody will recognize it and be able to mention it in the comment section. So we'll see how it goes. You can tell which is one of my favorite tubes of color. This one is almost gone. I have my art shirt on, so far so good. I haven't got any paint on my clothing. So I'm going to mix up a lighter, this purpley pink color first by adding some white to it. So as you can see here. I think I'm just going to add a little bit more of this magenta just to make sure that I've got enough paint. And I think I'm going to also just add this, it's a little bit of this pouring medium just to give it a little bit more paint, but I want to be careful to keep it thick enough, so I think I'm going to switch over and use this, which is a medium gel gloss, which will make the paint a little more thick. So I'm adding that gel to the paint. Okay, so I think I've got enough mixed up now, so I'm going to take this pot scrubber and see what happens when I get it full of this paint. And then hopefully get enough of it on this brush to just So we didn't get very much on yet, and as I've already run out of paint, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. So this is, I'm trying these hacks out without, like this is live and I didn't do any practicing ahead of time, so you are seeing this experimenting and exploring live, so we'll see what happens. I'm just going to add a little bit more white. And I think I'm just going to mix it up right with this pot scrubber. There. So, looks like we kind of got the idea there. What does everybody think? Yeah, we kind of got those. So do you know what those kind of blossoms are? That they're just kind of very straight and narrow. Some of them are blue, and some of them are this kind of like purpley pink color. Butterflies really like these plants, so that's kind of why I chose to do this. And so now, just to add a little bit more depth in the flowers, I'm going to add the deeper magenta without adding any white to it. So the darker color will just add a little bit of variation in the tinting and toning of the blooms. Yes, Jane Chesebro, I bet she would be able to, or Chesebro, not really sure how to pronounce her name, but yes, Jane would definitely be able to tell us what the plant is that I'm trying to remember and name. Good thought. Okay, so just gonna see how this goes. Adding this deeper color. And it's working, yay, I think it's working. The darker color is standing out on top and giving the little bit more dimension to the floral blossoms. So I just need to add a little bit more. And as you can see, I'm getting really messy because I still didn't put on my gloves. Okay, there we go. What does everybody think? Did you think that darker color helped some, it's a more of a 3D effect? So that was one of the hacks that was on the link that I posted. So you can check that out and try it out for yourself. I'm just kind of going by memory by briefly watching it before I picked up some of these materials. Dollarama. One thing I wanted to mention is for most of these ideas, the thickness of these kind of tubes of paint is more effective for the majority of the is in the YouTube video. Some of them, though, are showing ideas when using pouring medium, so very fluid acrylic medium. Both of these are pretty much specific acrylic material or medium that are to buy from an art store, but you could always just pick up the paints that are available, the paints and canvases that are available at Dollarama, and just explore and play around with ideas with what's on hand. So I invite you to do that as well. Hi, it looks like I almost lost everybody, but we're back. So